No matter where you go, no matter what you do, take that Maui style with you. Cause if you ain't Maui styling, you just living on an island. Maui styling, don't let me down. 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 There is sunshine in your heart. It's been with you from the start. Lift your head, look to the heavens, then you will feel brand new again. Don't stop me now, Maui styling, don't let me down. 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 Reach out your hand and help each other. Your mother, your father, your sister and brother. There is love in this family. Pick yourself up and get on your feet. Don't stop me now, Maui styling, don't let me down. 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 Makena styling, up country styling, Campo styling, Kahanapali styling, Hana styling, Wai'ehu styling, Bahia styling, Keanai styling. Maui styling, don't let me down. 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 Maui styling, Maui styling, don't stop me now. Maui styling.
Welcome to another Mama Presents. I'm Jason, you know me. This is Linda Green. Linda Green is visiting us from Boulder, Colorado. How many of you know Boulder, Colorado? You'd see snow. This is the middle of winter, but here we are in beautiful Maui. So if you're watching this from downtown Boulder, Colorado, we welcome you to Maui. Linda, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Linda jumped over, and I guess for a little bit of respite and working her program that she wanted to share with all of you. How many of you know Linda? Probably many of you do, but some of you haven't met her yet. Linda, why don't you give these guys a little bit of a picture of what you're doing here in Maui? I know you have a program called Programs of the Heart, but I wondered if you might give them a little window into what it is, and then we'll jump a little deeper.
Okay. Programs of the Heart is the organization, and it was founded 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, by an incredible teacher, an incredible woman. She's a visionary, and her name is Diana Vela, and she lives in Austin, Texas. And I discovered Programs of the Heart in the late 90s. I did a course called Mastery of the Heart and decided to become a Heart Life instructor, and I've been a Heart Life instructor for 10 years now. And I teach in Boulder, and we actually teach people to live in the heart, and I'll explain a little bit about what that means, and as soul and everyday living. And there'll be some more explanation about what that means. So I teach in Boulder, Denver, and I come back and forth to Maui and share this beautiful work with people here, this beautiful way of living, really. And this is a natural environment for it here in Maui.
So 10 years ago you discovered, has she been doing it for a longer time?
She has been a visionary and a teacher for well over 35 years, working with other bodies of work, but she founded Programs of the Heart about a little over 20 years ago in the mid-'80s.
And I'm going to try to give it a definition. Programs of the Heart is the name of the program, and it's a series of classes and experiential teachings and learnings and workshops.
Well, Programs of the Heart is actually the organization. So that's like we have more Heart Life instructors in Dhyana, and that's like the umbrella of the organization. And the main body of work that Dhyana has put together over this period of time, working with thousands of people, is a course called Mastery of the Heart. Hence the name. You learn how to master living in the higher states of an open heart and in connection with what we call the eternal heart, or your own personal connection with the divine or the source of creation and your own soul.
Hence the name Heart Life.
Heart
in Life.
Right.
I see.
And the more that you live with your heart open, the more life comes back to you. It's really kind of a fountain of youth, and you have more radiance. And
He's 105.
Exactly.
So I want to tell you.
And you free your soul more, so you're able to express your gifts more and be out in the world just seeing people beyond their conditioning, male, female, judgments. And it takes time. So this program she put together, she's compiled it over this 20-year period and refining it. It takes anywhere between 6 and 8 months. So it really is accelerated when you think of addressing major things that have happened in your life that have impeded you from being free and having your heart be more open and you more connected with everybody and everything. But that course was put together so that you can still live normal lives and work in corporate America. My background is engineering. I was an engineer for 17 years, worked for big companies, and I work with a lot of engineers. And we meet weekly, and we take what's happening in your life so that you can address it just week by week and be able to expand and maintain these deeper, more restful, more connected states, even in corporations and the busy world that's out there. It's like you're holding your own space, and you actually bring that space into wherever you go, and people will start to relax and be more in the heart when you're there. So you're really a leader.
That's wonderful.
Living in that state, yeah.
So, take me, for example. Someone who thinks of himself as thoughtful and heart-filled, but I don't go there. I mean, some people talk about meditation and such. Is it meditation-oriented? Is it more for people that are already in touch with that kind of a loving nature, or is it for everyone? I mean, what have you found over the years?
Well, it's for everyone in a sense. It is, because we all have our own connection to creation. But it seems like the people that are ready for this show up in my space, or I cross their path, or they cross my path. So maybe not everybody's ready to live this way, and it does take work. It does take taking a look at yourself and being responsible and doing what it takes to take actions to have the changes come forth for you. So it takes people ready to make that commitment to themselves, really, in their own lives. But what it brings is it just brings love, deep love, and it brings more restful life and being more in the flow. So the rewards are amazing. And so, yes, the answer to your question is yes, it's for everybody, but maybe not in this moment. People may still be mastering certain things in life, and this wouldn't be a priority for them, or it may not be resonate with them right now. And so we are here to serve those people that want to attain this way of living now, which is a real freedom for the soul, and just be hold their hand until they can maintain it on their own, type of thing. So
I wonder if everyone understands what you just said. I mean, I'm hearing it. I think of myself as we just went through a training, and there are S's, they're very structured, T's that are techno people, A that are all for fun and life and freedom, and R, which is caring and nurturing. So as I'm listening, I'm hearing something, and I'm trying to put it into a structure.
And the heart is not structured. The heart is like brand new every moment. Creation is unfolding every single moment. So we do not put people in categories on whether or not they're ready for this. And you can be a very, an Einstein kind of person, a scientist, or you could be a deep meditator, and you still may be drawn to this. Like I said, I work with a lot of engineers who are scientifically oriented and business oriented. It's just whether or not this is just like the what's next for you. And it's presented as an opportunity. Not everybody, is maybe sees the opportunity or takes it. And
it's not really result oriented. It's more living from your heart. In a business, I'll give you what I'm coming. Like we're involved, Airielle and I, you guys know, with something involving real estate and education. But the people there come from a pay-it-forward heart attitude. So as I'm hearing this, I'm thinking, oh, what a natural marriage for people that already think about helping and loving people and wanting to make life greater. So anyone, I guess, that can come to understand that they would like to come from a place to make a better life, starting from themselves out. It's because this is personal work, right?
It's very inner, and that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't matter what you do, but what this is going to do is deepen your own relationship with your, number one, your body, because it always involves going in deeper and really nurturing and relaxing the body, and then connecting into this place where there's infinite knowledge and wisdom available for any soul who is interested in going in there and accessing it. And I'm not saying you're going to go to the stock market and you're going to get information on a stock to buy or go to Las Vegas or whatever. It's what's for the highest for each soul. So we teach people to go in and ask for that guidance moment to moment. In the morning, who should I call, what should I do? And then your life becomes easier. You're really taken care of by creation, but sometimes we get in our mind and we get our action list, and then we get really busy and drained, and this will allow you to be in that flow with creation as your ultimate partner. And we call it the eternal heart, but it's just our own language, jargon, so that life becomes more heavenly.
Do you think of it differently than, say, meditation? Is it things to learn to be able to attain that state or come from that place?
We don't call it meditation. We call it a way of living. Somebody might put it into a meditative category when you're doing your relaxation and connecting in, because you are removing yourself from the world temporarily to get more peaceful and to get connected. But then it's just so that you can bring that state back out into the world and maintain it. And so we don't like to use the word meditation because it's can be lumped into a category. Oh, I do this meditation, or I do this technique. And this is not a technique or process. It is truly living this way.
Right. Meditation is a step away, and this is just
being more present, being in a
state of being.
A state of being and a state of deep presence in the world.
Even if you're in Boulder.
Even if you're in Boulder.
Or LA.
Mm-hmm. One of the most
Maui.
Busiest places you can live this way. It's like the saying, being in the world but not of it. So you are rooted and grounded in that connection and that guidance and that support, and you're holding that space for the people around you, the family, the friends, the corporate America, while there's other consciousnesses going on out there. There's, busyness and competitiveness and wars and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I can go on and on, judgments. And it's like you can entrain in a way. You walk in and people naturally go into their hearts and are more relaxed.
I like to think of it as, again, maybe we can't change the world, but we can change our world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the world around us.
Yes.
Just by who and what we are and how we are.
Yes.
So this is a tool toward being in touch with how we are from a heart place. Now I know, just before we got on here, the three of us got together and did little opening exercise to kind of get in touch with everything. And I think we should show that piece now. How does that seem?
That sounds wonderful.
And then we're going to come back and continue an interview. And in fact, you're going to see this chair turn into Airielle, just like that. And I may come back and visit, but that's what's going to happen. That seem good to you?
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Linda Green. So we're going to get, in a second, you'll see everything change here. Ready? The magic of television. 1, 2, 3.
So I want to share this with you. This is the foundation of working with the heart. And what we're going to be doing is we teach people to live in the heart and as soul in everyday living. And that is beyond the conditioning of the world, beyond male and female. There is a part of us that is eternal. So it goes beyond, way beyond this lifetime, beyond time. There's also a relationship, a partnership, and that is, there's the source of creation. And we call it, we happen to just use a name, we call it the eternal heart, because it's the heart of all of creation. And that centers around our own physical heart. So we all have our own direct connection. You have your own personal connection. You have your own personal connection. I have my own personal connection, and everybody out there has their own unique personal connection and their own unique expression of the Creator called their soul, and we're just using that terminology. So what we're going to do in this exercise is go deeper into that connection, because what happens is the way the consciousness of the world is today is it's very busy, and there's survival energy still out there from ages past and judgments and things like that, and there's just conditioning. So this is allowing us to free ourselves of those attachments, kind of being in the world but not of it, so to speak. I don't know if you've heard that saying. And so this exercise allows people to go in deeper, and then we teach people to maintain this and expand this relationship out in everyday living. I work with engineers in corporate America. We work with people who have very normal lives, mothers and fathers, and it involves a combination of practicing connecting in and doing that like first thing in the morning, as well as removing things that are keeping you and contracting you from that, such as blockages that you've held into your heart. And it kind of gets stuck in this channel between you and the source of life and the source of creativity and your own guidance. And we have this very fast way of having that energy that has held that in place open up and free your soul.
Right.
So I'd like to let you experience at least connecting in on a deeper level, so we all go into that deeper place. And people are welcome to follow along who are watching this. You're welcome to.
Do not do this if you're driving, otherwise.
Right. So anyway.
So please begin.
So the best thing to start off is to relax the body and the mind. So I always have people go ahead and shut your eyes and just take a couple really deep breaths. And you're just letting go of the world and anything that you've been doing today, getting here, the busyness of the world. And you're just following the breath and your body. You're noticing the sounds in the environment, but you're just letting go of the environment at the same time and just getting to know and deepening your relationship with your own body. So using the breath, take a couple deep breaths and just relax the lungs. Just the area of the chest, the rib cage, all the ribs. Letting the heart rate slow down. Letting yourself just be in a deeper state of beingness. And you're observing the body just from that place of your soul, that expanded eternal place. Just being the witness, being the observer. We find we cannot connect into the eternal realm, the eternal heart, unless we're in our eternal state and unless we're relaxed. So just continue to bring deep, deep breaths, just letting that breath naturally breathe the body, and just moving the awareness down beneath the rib cage, underneath where the solar plexus is. We often have holding and tightness, contractions, just from busyness in the day. And just use that breath and let go of any holding right there. Bringing the awareness deeper into beneath there, where the organs begin, the stomach and the liver, the pancreas, all the little organs like the gallbladder and spleen, small and large intestines. And just the rest of the organs, the urinary tract, the bladder, the reproductive organs. And there's the muscles that hold the organs in place. Just let go of any holding. Let it unwind. And let yourself just rest and be. And then just feeling yourself sitting in the chair if you're sitting or if you're laying down. We're going to move our awareness into the area of the hips, relaxing deep into the bones and muscles, the pelvic area, front and back. And just bringing that aliveness from your soul deep in there. And the breath waking up the cells. And down through the legs, relaxing the muscles and bones of the thighs, down through the knees, the kneecaps, the ligaments behind the knees, down through the lower legs, relaxing the calf muscles, the shins, and then deep into the feet, the tops of the feet there, the ankles and the heels, deep into the bones of the feet, going deep into even the joints of the toes, all the way to the tips of the toes, the bottoms of the toes, the arches, the heels, the pads. And then just at your own pace, just gently bring your awareness slowly back up through the lower legs and the thighs, the hips. We're going to begin to relax the back, just beginning right in the back of the hip area and the tailbone area. Taking a couple deep breaths right into the bones of the tailbone and moving gently up each vertebrae of the back. And you're really nurturing your own body just with your own love and awareness as you move through each vertebrae. And relaxing the spine deep inside, all the nerves throughout the nervous system. Moving up through the lower and mid-back areas. And when you get to the rib cage there, you relax all the ribs in the back of the rib cage. The vertebrae in between the rib cage. Back behind the physical heart. Underneath the shoulder blades, and then in the upper back, all the vertebrae up there, the spine, all the muscles that hold the tension of worries and busyness, and just relaxing across the tops of the shoulders, the collarbone, and then letting the arms we're going to follow the arms down, just relaxing right into the upper arm area, the elbows, down through the wrists, and the forearms, and into both hands, relaxing the palms of the hands, the tops, all the little bones and joints, all the way to the tips of the finger and thumb. Just taking a couple deep breaths down there, and when you're complete, just bring your awareness gently back up through the lower arms, the upper arms, the shoulders, and we're going to begin to relax the neck, right in the front of the neck. A couple deep breaths. The sides, the back of the neck, and all the vertebrae back there. Taking a couple deep breaths into the right where the vertebrae attach to the skull, and letting go of any holding in the back of the head. Just letting that lighten, and any holding on the sides of the head, around the ears, the top of the head and the forehead. And then just letting yourself go deep, deep beyond the skull, right into the brain. Let the brain relax. Just let it be. And you're just watching and observing as soul, as the eternal part of yourself, who's been in existence since the beginning of time, beyond male, female, just letting the brain relax. Relaxing the forehead and the temple area. And the eyes, letting the eyes relax. Taking a deep breath and breathing in and relaxing the nasal passages and the sinuses. And then just letting the face relax, the muscles and the bones of the face, the cheeks and the chin, the mouth. Still watching. And just letting the jaw. The jaw tends to hold a lot of holding and tensions. And it can help to let go of any holding there by just letting the lower part of the mouth drop open a little bit. Just let gravity assist to let go of any holding right in that jaw joint. Let it go. And then breathing in and relaxing inside the mouth, the tongue, the teeth, the gums, the glands underneath the tongue, down into the throat area. And then just right back to where we began in the chest area. Just letting go of any holding. We're going to move our awareness over to the left, to the physical heart. Just notice, how does the heart feel? Is there any holding there? Sometimes there's a motion, a heaviness or tightness, some other kind of sensation. And just allow your awareness, your breath, your love to just let the heart begin to relax. The different chambers of the heart. Let it open up and soften. Using the breath, let the breath just be slow and deep. It's just naturally breathing the body. Just following the rhythm of the breath. And then just begin to tune your listening, letting go of the sounds in the environment. And if you want to put your hand over in the heart, right over in that area, just to begin to tune into the pulsation of the heart, the gentle rhythm. It's just gently rocking the body. And just let your soul begin to rest right in that rhythm. Let it be nurtured. And begin to allow your awareness to just rest. And if you want to imagine yourself just floating in a beautiful stream of light that begins right in the area of the heart and just goes right beyond the body, and that light goes right to the source of all creation. comes emanating from the source of creation. We call it the eternal heart. You might have heard it be called the sacred heart, or source of creation. Heart of hearts. It's the beautiful place where creation emanates from, where love comes from, and life force and energy that enters the body through the heart. Also, wisdom and guidance is available there. Infinite wisdom and guidance for every soul is available. And the words are very simple, just a word or two or a phrase. So I'm just going to allow you some time just to go, just a few seconds or a few moments to go just as deep as you can, resting. Going deep into that pulsation and deep into that stream of light and love and life. Just resting in the silence and pulsation. And just staying connected, letting this channel that we've just opened up a little bit deeper, keeping that open and connected, staying in that eternal state, just coming back to the environment here. And we're going to bring this back into the world to maintain and live and be with people in this way, eternal to eternal. When you're ready, just gently begin to bring your awareness back into the environment. And at your own pace, just gently begin to open your eyes. Soul to soul. So that's the connecting into the heart exercise. What we teach people and recommend people do on a daily basis. If not once a day, sometimes if they need to reconnect later, multiple times.
Multiple times.
If needed, depending on the busyness of the environment.
I guess it's very different if you do it with a mirror.
You can do it with a mirror. It's good to get to know yourself as soul and get to know the body as well.
I'm going to the camera. I don't want to leave this space, but I'm going.
Okay. Aloha. Wow, that was great. We transformed. We transformed people. We transformed our hearts. That was very nice. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Very sweet. I hope you didn't see me like going, oh my, I am so relaxed. It was great. So we're glad you're here with us, honey.
Thank you.
Maui is happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I was listening to you and I was thinking, wow, how did she go from engineer to this? I mean, that's a big difference. What prompted you to change your life that way?
Well, I've always been drawn to people. I love people, and But I was very good at math and science, and so I went to a college preparatory school, and they very much funneled me in the direction of being an engineer, which I was very grateful for. But I knew there was something missing, although I was a very competent engineer, and I worked for Fortune 500 companies and startup companies in Boulder, and just enjoyed it, but I felt something was missing. So I would seek out kind of people-oriented spiritual activities in the evenings, such as the Course in Miracles, facilitating that, and I decided to get a counseling degree. So I began to go to Naropa University in Boulder, just part-time at night, as I was working full-time as an engineer. And it was in the midst of that program that this course, Mastery of the Heart with Diana Vella, crossed my path, and how it did was I just put it out there that I wanted to live by more faith. And the next day, the brochure showed up in my mailbox, and I got a phone call, and I was like, whoa, dee-dee-dee-dee.
We love that.
It happened so fast. I'm like, if I'm gonna live by faith, then this is it. And I went into the session, and I wasn't that, the session didn't do it. It was more reading the brochure and just getting in my heart to do it. And it was a big step, because it was a 5-month-long program.
That's a big step.
And I was unemployed at the time, too, so it was like putting the money on my credit card. But what showed up was an engineering job that gave me 8 paid days off, an office overlooking the Boulder Creek Path, which is very unusual. It's like, that was a dream that I had, and it manifested, and 100,000 shares in the company. It was like I got a lot of support to do the course.
Fantastic. Good for you.
So...
Good manifesting.
So that happened to support me to do it, and then afterwards, within a year, I decided not to finish the program at Naropa. I really got this was exactly what I was looking for. There's been no regrets, and I've actually had people from Naropa come and do the coursework with me after they completed their work at Naropa. And we may be teaching at Naropa, actually. We're applying to teach there in their extended studies program, so we'll see. But there's definitely a connection with Naropa.
That sounds wonderful. I'm sure there'll be a pleasure if you do that. Yeah. Well, she had the Cosmic Coincidence Control Board at work with her.
Yes.
Which is a very important board in our lives.
Yes.
And I think when you tune into your heart that way, it allows that board to work more fully. Don't you agree?
Yes. You step out of the way and surrender and let yourself just be in the flow. And
so what results have you seen for this for yourself? What has this done for your life doing this?
Well, the biggest result, the first one that just really was the most profound, besides, some people didn't even recognize me after Mastery of the Heart because I changed so much in 5 months. They took pictures before and after, and I did not look like the same person.
How did you change? Superwoman.
Well, probably just more, I was more in my body. I remember the first picture was hazy. There was like a haze, and that was my soul, I believe. That was not in my body. I had so much shut down in my heart.
Yes.
It couldn't be in there, and so I was more present. My soul was more in my body. So that was the first thing, and I had people that I was reintroduced to somebody I went out with at a party, and he didn't even know I was the same person a few years later.
Wow.
So it's that profound of shifts. But the biggest thing was I did another course that Diana Vella put together called In the Heart and Soul of My Beloved. And it's the Sacred Relationship course. And I did it in Aspen in the year 2000. And the relationship that came out of that, although I was in a romantic relationship and it helped my relationship at the time, was with my mother.
Oh, wow.
And we had a very broken, estranged relationship. My heart had a lot of resentments. An example is she didn't come visit me in college, and I was an hour away, but one time as out of obligation. It was just in a very strained relationship.
Yes, I understand.
In this course, she became my beloved, my best friend. And we used to travel to Maui back and forth, and she passed away like 4 years ago, and I was with her holding her hand when she took her last breath, and it was like very angelic, and so I miss her so much. I still cry about how radiant of a beautiful soul she was. I totally was able to get who she was, and she's my hero.
I love that. That's great.
And I didn't even have a clue who she was, and I didn't like her and didn't get her. And she, believe it or not, is one of the 1,000 points of light from President Bush Sr. They flew in and gave her an award for community service. So she was a very giving woman, and I still, because of the resentments in my heart, we had that wall there. So it's just, that was the greatest gift
That sounds wonderful. And it's truly amazing what we hold on to, and the walls that we build that we put them up when we're young. We think that they're real. So
Yes.
I'm glad you're helping people to change that for themselves.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And I worked with somebody last year, and just within the 8-month mastery course, she healed her relationship with her mother, and they've become best friends. And I've known her for years, and she always had breakdowns and just couldn't even talk on the phone, and they came out to visit her the first time ever, had a family reunion for Thanksgiving in Denver with her this year. So it's wonderful to help people that way.
It's really, truly healing relationships of the heart, because those are old and deep.
Yes.
And many people have them.
Yes.
Many families have that challenge.
And my sister, there was a little dynamic with my mom, my sister, and myself. My sister's the oldest, I'm next. And we would fight, and it was like I did most of my mastery clearing all of the stuff around my sister. And now my sister came to Austin and did an event, a Programs of the Heart event in November. And she's going to be doing Heart and Soul of My Beloved in April with her fiance in Austin before she gets married. And she's going to have Deanna Bella marry them. And I didn't even suggest it. She came up with it on her own. So it really does bring families closer together. And
That's really true healing.
yes.
Yes. Well, good for you. I'm
Yes,
so happy for you.
Thank you so much.
It's one of the best things to heal,
Thank,
isn't it?
thank you so much.
That and our challenges with our children.
And I don't have
From
children.
the other side. So
But I know the people that do, they definitely, this helps their relationships with their children too.
I have not a doubt about it. All of us need help.
So I wanted to just show you, this is the invitation, because there's a beautiful picture, and it's actually from Lori Higgins, who's from the Hawaiian Islands. And this is the In the Heart and Soul of My Beloved course.
Oh, it does look Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Deanna Bella has not offered this course in over 3 years. And in over 5 years in Boulder, and she's offering it for the first time in these over 3 years in Austin, Texas at the end of April. The 25th, 26th, and 27th. And that's the course my sister's going to be in. And what was I going to say about that? So anyway, I just invite anybody that's interested in this course, if they feel like traveling to Austin, Texas, it's an incredible opportunity. And
The show may be over and on the air, this may be past that date, but I bet they can get news about it and hear about it.
Yes.
And if you're lucky enough to have seen this at the right time, you're a lucky one. What else do you have to share?
Well, I wanted to share a little bit more about this. I did, for single people, I assisted with this the last time it came to Boulder in 2003, and within a month of that course, I met my partner at the time, within a month. And it has been by far the deepest relationship, soul to soul, that I've had, and we're still very close. We're not together as a couple. He is with somebody that he's found his soulmate. And I know it's from the work we did together during the course and after. But to quote him, he said our relationship was like a honeymoon over and over and over again.
Oh.
And we still get together. We talk it seems like we talk 4 or 5 times a week. We live very close to each other. So for single people, this can help with the obstacles that are preventing somebody coming close in. And oftentimes it's related to something shutting down the heart, related to a previous relationship breakdown or stuff in your family background or whatever. And then for couples, it can just take you way beyond wherever you are. Even if your relationship is amazing, it can go way beyond. And I have a couple here, 2 couples, that took the course with me in 2000. This couple, this is Sherry and Kenneth Bitts. they, because they're so radiant and so in love, they were asked to be models for a retirement community down in Athens, Texas. And this is them. And I actually have audio testimonial of them that I share, we just got last week, and I'm starting to share with people. But it just, what they said is he didn't have time to go. She wanted to go, and they went, and the relationship was already in a great state, but it just went way beyond the depth, and it's continuing 8 years later to affect them. The results are lasting.
That's great. Good for them.
Yeah. And then Jim and Kathy Condrey, they're in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. They were already married. They met during a Mastery of the Heart course in the early 90s. So the heart brought them together earlier. And one of the things that it did do for them was it brought them together more in creativity. They created a rap song about programs of the heart, and it was a spoof on it. It was really funny. So they performed that, and they have more
like that
romance and things like that. But the results are, they didn't do anything. It just shifts you naturally.
That's great.
So that's those two.
So when will people be able to see you again here, and how do they contact you?
Well, we have a website. It's programsoftheheart.com, www.programsoftheheart.com. My contact information's on there. I come to Boulder typically, or I come to Maui typically in September, March, April, and definitely around the holidays. And I'm really hoping that Deanna and some of the Heart-like instructors can come to Maui as well, maybe even for Heart and Soul, My Beloved, or another course. We have instructors in Australia. We have one in training in New Zealand, all over the United States. We actually did an annual conference here in 1999.
Wow.
So we have been here before, and I actually have a picture of some of the instructors in Deanna Vella here. Right here, this is Deanna, and then some of the instructors from around the globe. This is just a small subset.
Okay.
So I would say probably in the fall we'll be back, and I'm hoping Deanna loves Maui. So, and she's the one that teaches Heart and Soul, My Beloved, and some of the advanced, we consider these advanced courses where you need a little bit of a prerequisite. I do have, I don't know if this would be a good time to share about these two things.
Sure, go right ahead.
We find we want people when they come to do Heart and Soul, or even Mastery of the Heart, to have a little background. So Deanna put together, when she went to Australia for a tour, a phone conference course to help you, teach you the basics of connecting into the heart and learning to maintain them in everyday living before going and doing Mastery of the Heart or Heart and Soul, My Beloved. And this course is called Discovering the Heart and Soul. And it's 8 weeks.
So is it a group on the phone?
It's a group on the phone.
Okay.
And we teach you actually how to do a heart-like session on yourself, behind the scenes, which is a very fast way that involves clearing a blockage or something that has shut the heart down. And it is permanent transformation that keeps your heart connection open.
Oh, great. That would be certainly worth that, wouldn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
So that's something people on Maui could do
Yes.
without having to be there in Austin, Texas. So
Yes.
there you go.
And we have people from all over the world. We've had people from South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, all over the United States, maybe even, I'm not sure of South America yet, and we've had people from Maui participate in this course.
Great.
So there's that. And then another thing for people, this is an introductory, a way to have an introductory. It's a CD that Deanna Vella put together. After 20 years, we've been requesting something, a CD, a book, or something. She's so busy working experientially with people, one soul at a time, or with groups, that a book can't really capture this.
Yes, so I understand.
It's just words. And so she has put a little workshop together on a CD called Meditations from the Heart series, The Journey. And it's a standalone workshop in itself, centered around healing and relaxing the body. And it also has tracks on connecting into the heart, and also doing little sessions on the body themselves. So this is available as well on the website. with Deanna, and I listen to, this is so powerful, I listen to it every day in conjunction with me connecting into the heart myself. So I recommend that.
Pretty cover. Hey, Jason,
Hi, I'm coming to join you girls.
to say goodbye.
Well, I'm not going to say goodbye yet, but just a minute. I know that we can go on and on. I know that this is just the first time that Linda's here with us. I'm really glad that you came and decided to be part of our family here in Maui, and also glad you came here onto the show.
Thank you.
Can you get that on the website? It has that.
You can get the CD on the website.
I got a spider web on me. Friendly spider.
The other thing is when I'm here, if people would like to try a private session, I'm available for private sessions as well as a little 2 or 3 session little group course that's not too, it's very reasonably priced as well,
Okay.
where we pair you up with people and you can learn how to do heart life sessions on each other. So,
We like that stuff.
yeah.
In fact, we were sharing off camera, and tomorrow we're going to an opening offering. I think it's Easter time, so it's a gift from you.
It's an Easter gift.
And when you were talking about who's coming, I thought, oh, those are all the people we know.
Yeah.
So we're kind of from the heart too. So
Yes, you
that's
are.
good.
Well, we know that you all are from the heart out
That's
there
right.
in
Oh,
Maui,
yes.
and if you're watching this from sunny, warm Boulder, Colorado,
With a fireplace. We hope that you will come and visit us here in Maui. You're always welcome here. And for you that live here, Boulder is a little colder, but, you know, it's still a beautiful place.
it's a beautiful little city.
Yes, it is.
Someone told me they were talking about Boulder, said, there are so many smart people there. You find there are smart people in Boulder? With fireplaces, too.
Yep.
I moved out of the cold. I'm happy, but I'll come visit.
Sounds wonderful.
Thank you for joining us. Airielle, anything else you want to add?
Mahalo.
Mahalo. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
It's wonderful that you're serving the planet and yourself that way,
Thank you so much.
and all these people that you're touching.
Thank you.
So God bless you and bless your journey. And
Yeah. This is a
God
good
bless
spot.
you.
I like this spot right in here. It's like hot.
Yeah.
so we pull you into our hearts as well. Bless you too.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that you'll come and visit with us again. And if you see Linda Green on the street, come up and give her a hug. Is that okay?
Sounds fine with me.
And if you see me, same. How about you, Airielle?
Me too.
3 hugs.
So from our hearts we say,
Aloha.
Aloha. You felt okay about that, right?
Yes, that was wonderful.
No matter where you go, no matter what you do, take that Maui style with you. Cause if you ain't Maui styling, you just living on an island. Maui styling, don't let me down. 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 There is sunshine in your heart. It's been with you from the start. Lift your head, look to the heavens, then you will feel brand new again. Don't stop me now, Maui styling, don't let me down. 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 Reach out your hand and help each other. Your mother, your father, your sister and